Chapter 10. Occasion with the Canaanite woman at Tyre. Matthew chapter 15, verse 22 to 29. Once we had left the ship at the far shore, we still faced a considerable march through Greek territory to just reach the vicinity of the two cities. Coming to the border of the Tyre area, passing same close on evening, a woman, native of Cana of Galilee, but who had married a Greek of this area 15 years earlier, on recognizing me along the way, came running after us, screaming, "Lord, you Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is being dreadfully tormented by devils." Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. But I let her scream, saying not a word to her and moving ahead. But since the woman was screaming mightily, becoming tiresome to the disciples, the latter stepped over to me, holding me up and saying, "Will you not dismiss her? For she has now been screaming into our ears close to half an hour." Matthew chapter 15, verse 23. If you are not willing or unable to help her, then make her leave us, or other people passing shall think we had done the woman something, and then hold you up with all sorts of questions. Say I to the disciples, I am sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. The disciples cut puzzled faces to this my saying, not knowing what to make of it. And Judas Iscariot accused me of ultimate inconsistency, saying to Thomas, "Sometimes he can drive you to distraction with contradictions in his speaking and doings. With this woman seeking help of him, he has been sent only to the sheep of the house of Israel. Yet the Romans, who surely are still more heathen than this half-Greek and half-Jew woman, he favoured with all kinds of help, and did not remember having been sent only to the sheep of the house of Israel." Thomas says to him, "This time I cannot of course completely disagree with you, but I maintain that here he has a special reason for not wanting to help the woman at all." But whilst the disciples were disputing thus, the woman approaches me, falling on her knees before me and saying, "Lord, help me." Matthew chapter 15, verse 25. But I looked upon the woman, saying, "It is not good to take bread from the children and cast same before dogs." To this the woman says, "Yes, Lord, nevertheless the dogs still eat the crumbs fallen from their master's table." Matthew chapter 15, verse 27. This retort amazed the disciples, and Peter said secretly, "No, this is powerful stuff. With a Jewish woman I rarely found so much wisdom. And this woman is a native Greek, although here in Cana of Galilee. I know her and have sold her a few fish, but of course 15 or 16 years ago." But I looked upon the woman, saying, "O woman, your faith is great. Let it be in accordance with your will." Whereupon the woman got up, thanking me and hastening over to her dwelling, finding her daughter whole. Matthew chapter 15, verse 25. The folk, however, who were at home with the maiden, told the returning one how the devil visibly 1 hour earlier had departed from her with much raging and cursing, by which the woman knew that it had been at the same time that I said to her at the border of the Tyre district, "O woman, great is thy faith, may it be in accordance with your will." But the evening had come, and the disciples asked me if I was going all the way to Tyre, or whether they should start looking for an inn at the border area, as the city of Tyre itself was still some 3 hours distant. But I said to the disciples, "Do you know what? Let us turn towards evening, the direction of Tyre, or midday morning, southeast. There we shall once again strike the Sea of Galilee. A beautiful mountain rises there straight from the shore, whose free peak we are able to reach from here in 2 hours. There we are going to spend the night." After these my words, we moved ahead, arriving in 1 hour at the Galilean Sea and the foot of the mountain, whose top we also quite easily reached in 1 hour. Arrived upon the height, we sat upon the soft alpine grass, resting but not quite falling asleep straight away. Matthew chapter 15 verse 29.